when you start distilling and you don't have a clue what you're doing, that's when it gets dangerous.
So we're here at the East London Liquor Company, and I'm here with Leon from Shake Rattle and Stir, and we're going to talk about gin, because I love gin. It's a real passion of mine, and I hear that you're the man for the job to tell me all about the London gin scene.
You've come to the right place.
Yeah.
This is one of the venues of my gin journey, yeah. So my gin journey is an evening tour where we take 20 gin swilling people around London. They learn all about the history of gin, they learn about the production of gin, they drink a few different gins, they have different gin cocktails, they're chauffeur driven around town, and generally they have a lovely time.
Talking about the history of gin, they used to call it mother's ruin, and I know there's a statistic to say that people used to drink about half a pint of gin a day, including children.
There was a massive problem with gin in London. A lot of that was due to the quality of the water during the 17th century being terrible, lots of cholera. William of Orange, William III, came up with a bit of a radical solution to basically make distillation free to everyone, that anyone could make their own spirits, basically creating a bit of a...
Bathtub gin.
Yeah, bathtub gin, but worse. Bathtub gin was known as... Bathtub gin is when you take the spirit and you macerate your botanicals in that spirit. That's not so bad, that's not dangerous. If you've got safe spirit, that's all right. It's when you start distilling and you don't have a clue what you're doing, that's when it gets dangerous, because alcohol is many different forms. Only one of them is safe to drink, that's ethanol.
So why do you think in the last few years gin has become so popular in London?
First of all, gin getting better. So new distilleries being established which are creating better gin, more exciting gin, doing things differently, and also going back to traditional methods and taking more care over it. That is a lot to do with small batch distillation. So when you're making gin in small stills, which is what we've got here, you've got a 450 litre pot still and a 650 litre pot still. Now these are small pot stills. The more the alcohol touches the copper, the better it is. You've got a still the size of this room, the alcohol's not going to touch the copper that often. When it's the size of that baby right there, it's going to play with the copper all the time.
Tonic water is pretty important, right? I mean, I don't like a gin and tonic without it being Fever Tree. That's probably my favourite.
Cheap tonic, which has usually got something called saccharin in it. Saccharin's that's the bad gear, that's the stuff you don't want, that's what makes your mind thinking that you're having something sweet when you're not, brings the calories down, but it's not tasty. So yeah, with gin renaissance, we've had tonic, which has made the drink that we all drink, or that most gin drinkers drink, is gin and tonic. Yeah. So the gin and tonic has got better on both fronts. But also, I think it's a lot down to the bartenders as well.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you on your tour later. The next time I see you, I'm going to be a little bit more worse for wear. So thank you anyway for joining me. I think you'll be fine,
there's plenty of water.
Good, good.
They throw the alcohol in here. They blend it with water to about 80% ABV. So your hard botanicals go in there. I'm talking about the juniper and the spices. Then we've got something at the top, which you guys can't see it until you look at it. It's called the Carter head. That's where your soft botanicals go, so those citrus fuels I was talking about before. How many juniper berries do you reckon it takes to flavour one bottle of gin?
3.
3, very good. 2.5, you reckon? Strong work. It's a conifer, so it grows all year round. See all those lovely oils?
Smells like gin, doesn't it?
As it starts evaporating, the alcohol starts touching the copper. Now this is very important. Alcohol and copper are best mates. They're like bacon and egg. When they hang around, good things happen. Cooling tower turns it from a vapour back down to a liquid. Starts making its way out of here as a liquid. Now, this is the first time you can try your gin distiller. The first time you know what's happening. Gin and tonic derives from India. During the 1700s, the British Empire spanned out to East Asia, spanned out to the tropics. Big problem in the tropics, malaria. Malaria has killed half the people on this planet ever. But it was discovered also during the 1700s that there was this tree, this magical tree that was native to Peru out in South America. It was known as the fever tree, hence the name of that tonic, also known as the cinchona tree. Now if you took the bark of this tree, you dipped it in water, the water would take on these properties which would help soothe malarial symptoms. Gin is good for you, right? Alcohol cures your stomach ailments. The juniper is known as the miracle berry, kidneys, heart, liver, good for you in the bedroom. If you squeeze a bit of lemon in there, that's vitamin C, which is curing the scurvy, or you guys were worried about. So G&T is the original superfood. You heard it here first.
You got the question right.
I'll know it all over here.
He was whispering to me. She wasn't even on the whole tour.
She wasn't even on the tour, she's answering all the questions.
Teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet.
I was head girl, you know.
You can tell.
You can tell.
Yeah.
I know.